in a recent video, the last video we posted, in fact, the last news video we posted, we talked about Abramovich's Eclipse yacht, and we mentioned this firearms locker, this hidden firearms locker on board. Now, that's not the kind of story we normally do because we've not been able to confirm it. We're usually the ones saying that there's other stories about Eclipse having missile defense systems and all this kind of stuff that we've said that they're just not true, those stories. This one, however, we only mentioned it because we've had a number of people who have good reason to know. We've confirmed it as much as we could without actually going on board and taking photographs of it, if you like. That's why we mentioned it. Now, one of the things I did not anticipate, which I should have, is the comments that were going to come from a story like that. And I've got a few of them here just to give you a taster of what's been said. 100% guaranteed that every mega yacht has secret compartments on board. 100% guaranteed that every mega yacht owned by a Russian oligarch has a secret weapons locker on board. Is another one. A newsflash, all these super yachts have arms rooms. And our response to that was, newsflash, you're wrong. We work on super yachts. They don't have arms rooms. Another comment, who could reasonably think that there are no guns on these yachts? Seriously? Russian or not, a lot of simple citizens have some legally owned guns at home, hunting, sports and leisure, home defense, and guys who weights millions of dollars would not. I don't know what that means. The reality is, look, without opening up this whole conversation, we've done videos on this years ago. Lots of people in the US have weapons. It's quite normal for people in the US to have weapons in a lot of states. We understand that. It's not normal for most places, the European countries and stuff like that. It's not normal for most people to have weapons and carry weapons and stuff. And the reality is that most yachts do not have weapons lockers and hidden compartments with weapons in and all those stories. And this is one of those things you cannot win. Now, I've spent 25 years in the maritime industry, most of that time spent working on super yachts in engineering, meaning that I've been into all the nooks and crannies, into the keels, into the engine rooms, into the panels, into between decks, working on all of this stuff, private safes failing, and I've had to go in and reprogram them. I've been everywhere on these yachts. And if there was a secret arms locker, we would have known about it. The crew, it's not something you can have on board a yacht and not tell the crew. Now, like I said, it's an argument you can't win because people will always come back and say, well, you know what, for sure they've got it and the guy's hiding them from you and he doesn't tell you because you're not important enough and all that. Okay, so bottom line is it's not normal, hence the fact that we brought that up in an article. Whether or not Eclipse has it or not, like I said, we're not 100% sure. We're as sure as we can be based on the quality of the sources that gave us that information. But, it's still possible that it's not true. Maybe they want that to be out there, and that's why they say it, like the missile defense stuff and all that. It's like one of those stories that you don't deny because it sort of helps you to protect your vessel, right? If the pirates are watching, then they might say, well, we'll avoid that vessel, which is probably unlikely, actually. But anyway, point being is, it's not normal. The reality is that to carry weapons on a civilian vessel like that, many countries it's illegal to carry those weapons, like the UK, for instance. What best case scenario is they come on board, you have to declare them. There will be hours of delays before they let you in because you've declared all of these weapons. Depends on the type of weapons that you have. You might be lucky and they might just seal that cabinet or that room or whatever. That's the best case scenario, is that they seal it and they tell you can't go in while the vessel's in that area. Worst case scenario is for you, they seize all of those weapons and they take them ashore and you don't get them back. That's the worst case scenario. And, well, the worst case scenario is if you don't declare them is that you will be arrested. We did an article a few years ago about a captain in Mexico, and Mexico is full of weapons as well. But he had a yacht and he didn't declare the weapon and they found it and he was arrested. So, that would happen most likely if they were to go onto a yacht and find undeclared weapons rooms or stashes, that the people would be arrested on board. And if the owner was on board, he'd probably get arrested as well. So that's why we brought it up, because it's abnormal, right? If every yacht had them, it wouldn't be a story, right? So anyway, I just wanted to clarify that. We did actually a video on our members' sites on Patreon and our YouTube members. We talked about this actually in more depth. I did. So if you want to check that out, you join us, patreon.com/eSysman, or you can go to YouTube memberships now. We've had a few people sign up now, so there's a small community growing there as well. Check it out. There's links in the description of this video if you want to join. Hi, thanks very much for watching this video. If you want to see the full news videos, click on the link over here. And if you'd like to find the channels, you can find the links below here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.